Today is July 29th, 2016. Thank you for agreeing to the interview. The purpose of the I Am Palestine interviews is to gather personal histories of the people who have lived in Palestine most of their lives and have helped shape it. My name is Laurel Adams. With us today is Noralee Buntin. What is your full name?
Noralee. I don't have a middle name. Noralee Maddox Buntin. My maiden name was Maddox.
What were your parents' names?
Thomas and Iva Maddox.
Do you have any siblings?
No.
Where were your parents from?
My father was born in Illinois. My mother was born in Texas, and I was born in Texas, in a little town called Pioneer, Texas.
What was it like growing up?
We moved a lot. My dad worked in the oil field as a driller, so we moved pretty often. After I started school, I was in Bakersfield, Texas for my primary year. When they found out I could read, they put me in second grade. Then we came up here during the Depression to Illinois, and I went to a country school at Cannon for 2 years for 4th and 5th grades, and then to Canaan for the 6th grade. Then went back to Texas. We lived in McLean when I was in the 7th grade, and we lived in Pampa, Texas when I was a freshman. Texas had only 7 years of grade school. Then I came to Illinois when I was to be a sophomore, and I've lived in Illinois ever since.
Where did you go to college?
Went to Illinois State Normal for 2 years, got my teacher's degree when I was 18, and then taught school. And then the next summer I went to the University of Illinois and taught 2 more years, got married during the war, and then didn't teach for 15 more years until my family were growing up. When my oldest daughter was a senior, I went back to teaching in the 6th grade at Palestine. I had 5 children. Pamela was the oldest, Michael 3 years later, Celia 3 years later after him, then Annette 2 years later, and then after 5 years, the final one, Marita. The 3 of the girls are still living. We lost Marita when she was 23 with cancer, and we lost Mike when he was 39. He was in the West, and I'm not sure exactly what his disease was, but I have 3 wonderful daughters still.
How long did you teach then in Palestine?
I taught 26 years in Palestine. I taught 3 previous years in the country, so that made a total of 29.
On the start of the library in Palestine, what happened with the summer bookstore, or the books?
Well, I was teaching reading in the 6th, 7th, and 8th grades in Palestine, and we didn't have a library in Palestine, so I got the bright idea that we could have a summer library using the school books. So had a teachers meeting And we decided to take a group of books from each teacher's room. We housed them all in the kindergarten room, which had an outside access door. It was right by the superintendent's office. And then the teachers took turns working afternoons. We were open 3 days a week. I think it was Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and it was in the afternoons. The teachers cooperated beautifully and took turns all summer. And then it was uptown in that store that's south across the street from Fife's. It was in there for a while.
Was that the grocery store?
Well, it wasn't then. The grocery store that it was in was across the street in the middle of the block. And let's see, it would be pretty close to where the bistro is now, I think. I don't know whether that awning that's out over the south end of that block.
When did it end up on Main Street where it was recently?
I don't know. But you should be able. You've got records of the library, surely.
Yeah.
You can find out that sort of thing from there.
What are some of the things life has taught you?
To think positively. To search for the truth. Emphasize that because something is in print does not mean it's true. I guess be sure of your resources, whatever you do.
How old are you today?
93.
What words of wisdom can you give the younger generations?
Search for the good. Try to carry it on. And one of the most important things is to believe in God. And if you need advice, the Bible is a good place to go.
Thank you. Thank you for taking time for this interview, and thank you for supporting the library here in Palestine, Illinois.
Thank you.